Hi there, my lovelies. So it's officially fall, and you know what that means. All these amazing holidays are coming up, like Halloween. So to get us in the spirits, I thought I'd make these really cute Halloween cake pops. First, take whatever flavor cake you would like. I'm just going to use a standard vanilla cake, which I'll link the video for in the description box. And I've broken it up into pieces. I'm placing it in my mini food processor to make very fine crumbs. Just empty it out into a bowl and continue with the rest of your cake. Now I'm adding in some cream cheese a little at a time. If you need to use your hands to mix everything together, you can. Just as always, make sure your hands are clean. Continue to add your frosting until the crumbs are no longer crumbly and are easily able to form in your hands, almost like wet sand. Then with an ice cream scoop, scoop out some of the cake and form it into a round ball and place it on a baking sheet lined with wax paper. Once all the cake is rolled out, I'm going to shape my cake pops into my desired shapes. So for the first one, I'm going to roll them just a little to make them into ovals for my pumpkins. Then for my Frankenstein cake pops, I'm going to make them a little more square. For my ghosts, I'm going to roll them out a little bit, then fan out the bottoms of the cake pop. And with my fingers, I'm going to pinch the bottom to make little waves. Now I'm going to turn these ones into little triangles for my candy corn cake pops. And the last ones I'm going to leave as circles. Then take your cake pop sticks and dip them into some of your melted chocolate and place them into the bottom of your cake pop. Wipe off any excess chocolate with your clean finger. Then place them in the refrigerator for 15 minutes to harden. Next, I've melted all my candy melts and I've added some Crisco to each of them to help them thin out the chocolate, so it's easier to dip our cake pops. For our first cake pops, I'm going to dip our pumpkins into the orange chocolate. Make sure to tap your wrist to shake off any excess chocolate. Then place a little green candy at the top for the stem. I have here some green candy bones, but you could use any green candy you want. Then set them aside to dry. Next, I'm going to dip my squarish cake pops into the green chocolate for my Frankenstein cake pops. Then add these cute little white bones to each side of the head and set that aside to dry. Lastly, I'm going to dip the rest of my cake pops in the white chocolate and let them dry. And now it's time to decorate them. Our Frankensteins need hair, so I'm going to dip the top of the cake pops in black candy melts and then directly place them into some chocolate sprinkles. Then take the rest of your black candy melts and add it to a piping bag fitted with a size 1 round piping tip, which is the smallest one. I have these cute candy eyes, so I'm going to pipe a little bit to the backs of them and attach them to my cake pops. Then I'm making a squiggly line for the mouth and adding a little stitching on the side of his head. And our Frankensteins are done. Our ghosts are super simple. Just draw little circles for the eyes and a little larger circle for the mouth. Use a toothpick to smooth out any piping. Next, I'm going to make Jack the skeleton cake pops. So I'm just going to pipe his eyes and nose, pull up a picture for reference if you need it. Then with an edible marker, I'm going to trace a thin line across his face as a guide and then pipe it in with black. And then make cross stitches in the mouth. The pumpkins are also really easy. Just make some triangles for the eyes and nose and a smiley face. Then with an edible orange marker, I'm just going to draw some lines to make it look more like a pumpkin. Next, I'm going to make this creepy eyeball. So I'm adding a circle of green, use a toothpick to smooth it out, then a small circle of black in the middle of the green. With a toothpick, I'm taking some red dye and making outlines of veins around the eye. You can use an edible marker if you like, but this was a deeper red for me, so I liked it better. And that's it for the eyeball. Now moving on to our mummy. Just pipe thin white lines all over the round cake pop. Then again, take some of your red food coloring and make 2 red eyes peeking out. Lastly, for the candy corns, I'm just going to pipe orange and yellow strips. Make sure to have the orange in the middle of the white and yellow. And that's it. I hope this video was just the right amount of spooky for you. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up if you'd like to see more videos like this, and don't forget to subscribe so that way you have access to all of my videos. Alright, I'll see you back here next Sunday. Bye, my lovelies.